Good evening and welcome to The Spotlight. My name is Levi Koles. Tonight we are discussing matters to do with music and politics. And with us to shed some light on how the two intermarry in the, from the pre-colonial times to how we are today is none other than Pan-African Forum Chairman, Dr. David Matsanga. Welcome.
Thank you very much, sir.
Glad to have you here.
Welcome.
Thank you. And
thank you for inviting me once again.
Thank you.
Yes.
Right, so maybe we pick it from the top. In the days when we were fighting for independence across the African states, one of the tools of galvanizing people was music. People would sing songs, and the songs sometimes would have deeper meanings than the colonial powers would get. Sometimes the meanings would be very open. But they were used as tools to, and then sometimes it would be songs to encourage each other, sometimes to stir us up to do something. Maybe before we talk about now, what was the importance in that period of time of music, and which of the musical songs do you look at nations and say that one, there was a lot of music that inspired them?
Thank you very much, viewers. First of all, music in African context is used as a symbol of celebration, as a symbol of hope, as a symbol of rallying people in those days, to rally people to come, to show the culture, to show the strength. Those are the days when we grew up, when we hear William Makeba, you hear William Makeba, Tabule, yes. Franco, Dube, Bob Marley. If you look at Bob Marley struggling for the rights of the marginalized, Rafta, whatever they call it.
Even sang about Zimbabwe.
Yes, he liberated, he helped to give strength to the people of Zimbabwe, to President Leti Mugabe and others, Commander Chiwenga, Emerson, Sembuyo Moyo, and Abaningi Sistole, all this, to liberate countries. In here, Mau Mau had songs. The Mau Mau were saying, this is our country, we want this to happen. The songs in African context, those days, were the best songs that encourages you, that they have sense of patriotism. The sense of patriotism lacks in the songs today. The other songs that were sung were songs voluntarily sung. The songs today are commercially sung. You sing them commercially to gain something, to gain fame, to gain an award. We have commercialized the culture. We have brought stereotyped the British, the American, and other institutions to create chaos in ourselves. We don't sing for the betterment. We don't sing for the betterment of Africa. We sing for a reward. And that is where we have gone wrong. That's why the new generation, everybody who goes on television, who goes on radio, is singing to get an award to compete with the other one. It doesn't care whoever is damaged on the way. It doesn't care which culture you have destroyed. You are just singing for a reward.
So things have really changed.
Yes.
And yet music is still such an important part of
society. It is.
Of society.
Yes.
It can be used for good, definitely. It
yes.
can be used for evil. After the Africans took over their countries and began having their own, African governments, we had a bunch of singers also who came in, who would now sing about the vices.
Yes.
Who would say, hey, there's corruption here. Who would sing
that category. Before that,
yes.
I remember myself in Uganda in the 60s, we used to have people like Fred Masagazi. He talks about family values, talks about how to keep your family united,
oh, yes.
how to teach the children how to kneel down and respect the elders.
Yeah. How to treat your husband, your wife.
Yes. How to greet. How to greet the elders of the clan of Umofia. The Umofia clan syndrome was very alive. Was live in every institution of African setting. Today, the music that is being sung is like in the book of Wole Soyinka, The Lion and the Jewel. There stands a Lakunule who was condemning.
What is the book about?
The book, The Lion and the Jewel, talks about exactly what Kaka is. Who says you, wajinga. He's not mujinga, he's nyenye. He's not mujinga. How he measures the wajingaship of people is what derails his music today. That's why you see several suites are coming. Because he thought he had come in an African context. He has found a great ground. The message, the younger man had a very good message. Their messages. Had he sung on the vice of corruption without zeroing on people's names, that was the music. Who tells, nobody was going to say anything. Sing about corruption. Sing about bad manners. Sing about betting. Sing about gambling. Sing about prostitution. Sing about AIDS. Sing about cholera. Sing about all this. Sing people about malaria, chest flies, how to make beds, how to dig compounds, water, no stagnant water. Sing about that. Nobody will condemn you. Sing about colonialism. And they say it is a very bad.
And racism and tribalism.
Tribalism, racism, ethnicity. Nobody has a problem with you. But the problem, you cross the Rubicon, which is very clear Rubicon. And they start saying Mr. Connors.
Yeah.
And they single out Connors. You got it wrong. You got it wrong. It's no longer the music to liberate South Africa. Hello? Lucky Dube is dead. But we still sing the music of Lucky Dube.
True.
We follow the music of Lucky Dube. Bob Marley is dead. But when the stage comes, we go for it. Even some of us who don't know how to dance the Jamaican. I have been in Kingston myself.
So have I.
Yes, the best city on the planet, where you can have the sunshine, everything is so nice. As long as you don't cross the path, like Mr. Kaka and the rest, you'd sing.
So the music would still be, yeah.
So, the basis of this is you sing music to educate people, is educational. You sing music to inspire people, is inspirational. You sing music to give a message, but you don't sing to target.
Yeah, but let me ask you, Daktari, in the where we are right now, does the music that is being sung going to really have an impact? You know, we see like on our social media pages, on Facebook,
It's
on
for
Twitter,
blackmail.
what we talk about this week is not what we talked about last
Yes,
week.
it's
not what we
blackmail.
talk about, yeah, you know.
It's
next
sung
week.
for blackmail.
We are quick at forgetting
Yes,
things.
if I don't like you,
You know.
I paid some lumpen somewhere in town, and he gets a guitar. I'm sorry, lumpenism is not related to anybody, but I'm using the very good English Shakespearean lumpenism. You create lumpenism, some sort of lumpens. They come, they create a club, and then sing, oh, Matanga is this, oh, they create a song on you. That's hate. You are now going beyond the level of music delivering a message.
Yeah, but I'm asking you, do you think it really even has an impact in a world where we
It
seem,
could have an impact.
we seem to be changing?
What about Wainaina?
You know,
What about Wainaina?
yeah,
We still dance Wainaina today.
yeah. He sang inchi ya kitu kidogo,
Yes, because it had a message.
inchi ya watu
You
wadogo.
think Wainaina, when he sang, Moi was not here? Did he mention Moi?
No.
You need to go to school. Don't just touch a guitar and start saying, ba, 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 ba. Go to school first. Some of these guys have never gone to school. And for me, I rather die poor, but I hate a person who does not go to school or who stopped outside the school and did not enter and cause you problems. Because I have come from a background where I have suffered with Idi Amin, who went to school and stopped, looked at the windows, and the rest of the lumpens that ruled that country. So I have pain for people who don't go to school. Then you just pick a guitar that I am now playing. Go to school and learn how you can present your message. Music in Britain, people who play music in Britain have PhDs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but do you think, like I'm asking, do you think there's an impact to that song really? Because, and I'm saying in this context, that, you know, we are in a world
Boss,
where
everybody in Kenya knows there's corruption.
things are
If
changing
you-
every day. though.
Wait, if
You
you're
know,
asking.
what we are saying today,
Everybody in Kenya knows there is corruption. Everybody in Uganda knows there is corruption. Are you the one going to tell us something more than what you don't, what don't people know? Who doesn't know that there's corruption in Uganda? Your corruption in Kenya is spread everywhere, in every district. There is a big house with tiles. If you ask them how they built it, they can't tell you. But ours is single line. It's single line. The Uganda corruption is a single entity. What? If you want a loan of 500,000, 500 million, you have to fill a single lane. Hello. So Bob Wine comes to sing, and he sings wrongly. This is George Soros.
so what
Now,
you're saying, let me
don't-
get it.
Don't leave there. I am bringing you where it is.
Uh-huh.
These boys are being paid for purpose
What purpose?
of regime change. After failing to change through the army, after failing to change through a military coup, after failing to change through elections, after change through the judiciary, you now go to musicians.
But the regime is
Wait.
changing in 2022 anyway.
Wait.
Isn't it changing?
Please, I am saying,
Isn't the regime going to go?
what did you see how people picked the music? Some people have hashtag what?
Wajinga.
Tell me, no hashtag revolution. Did you see that?
Yes.
What does that mean to you? So George Soros. George Soros is here.
Yeah, there were two
He's
hashtags.
here. He's here. He's in Zimbabwe. He's across in Uganda. He's here. A CIA agent, a CIA mechanism that overthrows
Yeah,
government.
some people would ask you,
Yes, that overthrows, no wait, that overthrows governments. It has failed in Kenya to overthrow through the court. It has failed to bring turmoil through politics.
and
Uhuru-
yet we are in agreement, Daktari, that the issues are there. You know,
Yes.
The issues of corruption, they are there.
Indeed.
The issues of, you know, some the way we distribute resources, they are there.
Yes.
So how would we go around tackling them? Because, you know, by the time people are turning to and embracing music, they are so dissatisfied with the leadership in
Everybody.
parliament, in county government.
Who is not satisfied? Why
you
don't
know,
you? Who is satisfied here? Everybody. Christmas is here a few days to come. Does it look like you? Do you smell any food?
Yeah, it doesn't look like Christmas.
No.
at all.
Are you smelling anything?
No.
Those days when we grew up,
It's nowhere near those days.
when I grew up, that's why Kenyatta is saying, return the river. Let's return the river. When I grew up, Christmas, you know that rice that is prepared on charcoal. on firewood, and then you go to church first. You don't remain behind. You know the anxiety from church to arrive on this rice. Because rice was eaten in a special day only, either Easter or Christmas. Everybody knows that. There is corruption, is indeed. But you don't come to single people. Let's talk about the vice, but not the individuals, because they have not been proved in court. Let's not politicize the act of corruption. Let people have evidence to deliver others. Don't politicize. You can say it in your bedroom that I suspected this man had stolen this coat with your wife. Stop there. But don't come out here in a place where you are going to label. You must have concrete evidence. Like I had, you saw me with evidence on something that you don't want us to mention on your television. Especially in 2009, you saw.
Yes.
I was right. You haven't even congratulated me.
Congratulations.
That the office itself, the office of that group came back and said, "This is true." That Ugandan man was correct. Intermediaries gave us wrong evidence, wrong people. I was vindicated. I am in fact the happiest man that I stood for a cause.
Because you had
I had a cause, I had the evidence. But you don't come to put everybody under your microscope because you have a guitar. No. That's not ethics. Go and sing your guitar with your wife or with your family. But you're going to bring a public. This one is going to attract so many people are going to
and
court.
yet the conversation has
we are missing the point.
You know.
Yet we are missing the point. Because you have gone for names. We have missed the point. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Yet corruption is
I was going to tell you,
people.
it's interesting that we had some people attacking others, saying, you know, you keep quiet, you voted for the government. And then we had others, attacking others and saying, you know, it is, I wish the leaders would listen. And yet, the art of collective responsibility kind of disappeared. Like if we have a bad government, then we are all responsible for it being there. If we have a good government, we are also all responsible.
I have told you the scene in Kenya regarding the current situation of corruption is like the book of the Lion and the Jewel. Look, we had a surveyor, a stranger, Sadiq, Cindy, a stranger who came with his camera. You know, everybody is trying. He's trying. Baraka. We had all these people, Baraka, all these wrestlers. Everybody is trying. But nobody is telling the truth. The truth is there is corruption. Corruption has eaten the morality. The morals have collapsed. It has taken the money. The money is gone.
We're going to take a break on that note. When we come back, more with Dr. David Matsanga. This is a Spotlight. Don't go away.
We did receive this machine way back in 2016, and since we got the machine, it's been very useful for me in particular because we are able to offer all the diagnostic ultrasound services.
I am a beneficiary of the ultrasound machine donated by Lotto to PCA Kikuyu Hospital. I had issues with my pelvic, so I was sent for an ultrasound. And I came and it was done by Dr. Jovi actually, and it gave a very clear diagnosis of what the problem was. And now I am fine, fully recovered and back to work.
And on average we do about 20 to 30 patients on a daily basis. In a month, our numbers average between 400 to 600 patients per month. It is a very high quality machine. The performance is excellent.
Thanks to Lotto Foundation for the great job you're doing.
It is a noble gesture. Please carry on like that.
Together, we are changing lives. Thanks a million.
Chamgei kabatindet. Tos ikabatindet nemining anan small holder farmer ak imache ites borotet eng kabatishengung, tos imache karetaetab beek anan irrigation koek kit netoretin kipkoi? Fine Touch Africa Limited koboiboi koibun ortinwek cheterter chebo karetaetab beek kou drip irrigation anan ko sprinklers. Fine Touch Africa Limited koboiboi koibun ortinwekab karetaetab beek chebo undercover crop technologies kou greenhouse ak shade nets. Eng chutok aengi kokochin kabatindet kimnatet koboi itondab mbarenyi asikobit kotes kesutik. Fine Touch Africa kora kwoldoi irrigation pumps, solar pumps, dam liners, planting trays, sprayers ak alak chechang. Rutochi dukoshekwak eng Nairobi, Eldoret, Nakuru ak Kitale anan ibirchi simet eng namba 0724 615 066 anan go website eng www.finetouch.co.ke. Nai ile imuchi korutochi mbaretab kabatindet yekanyor somet. Fine Touch makes it green.
Welcome back to the Spotlight. I'm having a discussion with Dr. David Matsanga on music and politics. And if you're just joining us, it's very interesting. Of course, coming off the song that has been trending on the social media pages by a gentleman known as King Kaka. I know you've seen it. Of course, now there's a what's it called? There are people suing him, so it's likely it's likely to go off the the social media circles.
Of course, no, YouTube wouldn't like to touch it.
Yes, and
It has now remained a music for the bedroom.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can only hear it with your
Sometimes,
partner
you know,
in the bedroom or your children, if you have it, because they could disable the entire thing.
I couldn't even play it today.
Yes, but you can't play it.
Yeah,
We can't reward stupidity. Hello. If you get your guitar, get it nicely. If you only sing, what this young man would have done is to name the events. Don't name the names. Name events. You can say anywhere else, money was stolen. Oh, medical was stolen. Oh, this was stolen. That's good. Yeah, that's all right. And they leave people to guess. But if you don't have evidence, don't do it. And we should tell our people not to glorify them. We are glorifying people. This was a mistake. You can't name one person. Don't mention the name. Mention the event. Because it is true. Anyway, his money was stolen. People stole it. We saw the DPP parading people. Nobody is going to come for you. You will be a hero. But if you are targeting blackmail, no lawyer will leave you. And I have seen the English, one of the best is Shakespearean English from the lawyer here. Very good English.
But we have those saying, Dr. Ari, that that we have freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech does not give you the freedom to even insult people anyhow and walk away. There is limited freedom. The Constitution itself limits your operational capacity. That once you say condense, you must bring evidence.
Freedom of speech is not...
it is no longer freedom of speech, it's hate. For example, now is hate. If another person goes to Kisumu and hires a musician to sing another name of another person, another one goes to Mount Kenya hires a politician to sing another name, this country becomes chaotic.
Because
It's no longer good music to listen.
Because first of all, even if you have suspects, it's difficult to put all of them in one song.
In one song.
You're going to miss some people.
Yes, so just say
and
corruption.
Yeah.
Corruption. Corruption is killing us. Then let the people find out. The message, Kaka, the younger man had a message.
So,
But the message,
even with what
he
happened,
spoiled it.
that you have now pointed out that was wrong. Even with what happened, that was wrong. Do you think then it stirs up our leadership to now? Let's remove the wrong part aside.
To wake up.
To wake up and say,
Oh
hey,
yes,
you know,
there was
we
a
have-
bit for waking up. Because most of us have been on this show with you. We have been hammering each other and we live here when nobody wants to talk to each other. You hear of 10 billion gone, 20 billion gone, 50 gone. You feel when you are in town and you walk, a Kenyan stops you, says, please, David, I did not eat yesterday. Can I have some money? 100 to buy 1 kilo. And then money is gone. There was a message. The younger man had a message. We are not going to condemn everything of his and say we are
So
all
do you
right.
think do you think it will thought provoke us? Because we also have had instances where we get these thought provoking moments, and then they seem to be just moments.
No, but
we think about
he
them for 2
provoked-
days. We move on to the next thing.
Now
you know,
people have some people who wanted it that way are happy, but the people who provoked lump sum condemnation, blackmail. They said that place, those people, those ones stole this. No. Lucky Dube's music would not be the best one we play here every day. Lucky Dube was calling on South Africans to wake up. Bob Marley was telling people we need freedom. We black people are being...
He said, get up, stand up.
Stand up, yes. And then people, we dance in the whole world. Zimbabwe got independence. Encouraged the soldiers of ZANU-PF in Mozambique, in Tanzania and Chingwea, in every place in Uganda where they had bases, to go and fight, to liberate Zimbabwe. That is the type. William Makeba, you remember Makeba?
Yes.
You
Very well.
remember there's another lady, another one. All South African music inspired people to fight against apartheid. And that's the music we are looking for. Freddie Masagazi used to inspire families in my country. Because some people say I talk about Kenya more than my own country. I can sing today
Yes.
on this show, and don't allow me to go without singing. A song that is still loved by many Ugandans.
Which song is that? You sing it right now.
Yes, the song by Freddie Masagazi. It goes like this. Bamulete tetwebaka chironze okuva luli bwe yali ewange emelete kyawoma ne kyayita kyawoma songa ya Sara mulete bamulete mangu.
And what does that mean?
Aha! Masagazi, Fred, a Ugandan. The Ugandans are watching this because this television is now watched in Kampala because of my presence.
Yes.
Very heavily and worldwide. It meant there is a beautiful girl called Sarah. He's teaching manners that when he visited the other place, he couldn't sleep. It inspires you to look for, not look for stealing, but looking for a beauty. The songs, most of them today inspire people to steal. Hey? To steal.
How so?
They steal. Have you seen the songs? Because people play them with aim of reward. Tabule sang against Mobutu. Franco sang against Mobutu. Some of them decided to die. Veve sang against Mobutu. You see the Congolese musicians, they fled to exile. They started singing to liberate their country. Tabule, Makiadi, there is Rocheru himself, sorry, whoever. I have all the names, you can list them. They were singing for the man in Nigeria, at not Kitu. There is a name in Nigeria, a singer, a very prominent African singer. He could sing the music and the tears come. Tears come out of your, when you are watching him, you would say, and let me pick the money, contribute for the liberation of Tanzania, contribute for the liberation of Mozambique. People back in the villages in Kenya here were paying for the liberation of Tanzania, South Africa, Mozambique, Rhodesia, and other parts that were marginalized by the whites. That's the music we are lacking today. Today we are singing for reward.
Yeah.
And every have you noticed that when you come in any African country and you start talking, people will say he has been bought to talk. Do you know that? There's nobody who wants, people think we do things for money. No, it's not there. Some of us have done this. I've gone in the European Union and filed an application against sanctions on Zimbabwe on bed and breakfast. When people went to Mugabe, they asked him, the late Mugabe, that we want 5 million to file an application. I just flew from Nairobi into Brussels, delivered a document of 22 pages, well-organized English, left it with the General Court of the European Union. I said, there you are. You said sanctions will remove Mugabe. He's still here. Can this court of 27 men interpret for me why he has not gone? Say, who's this guy from where? This is a man from the mountains of Elgon, across in Uganda. I went to that court, which you don't want us to talk about. I delivered 21 applications. Hallelujah, 21. They are on record. Those who have eyes and they don't see, they are there. Go and Google. And when they said the applications, they called me a liar. Today, that's patriotism. Who was rewarding me? None. Ask any of these guys who has rewarded me, even with half a cow or half a goat. Who? Where? It's patriotism. The sense of patriotism must come back to Africa.
And that's what you say is lacking. Because even when you look at the music, even when it's not about politics,
yes,
even when it's about even love, like the one you just sang,
yeah,
the ones we hear nowadays,
I can sing for you freedom songs. So many of them I know. We used to know them. Even in the churches, they used to say we are under this. Independence came to my country when I was awake. I was 6 years. 6 years man. I had started primary school. My father took me to see the flag going up. My father again carried me all the way to come to Kenya in OTC bus. OTC.
I remember it.
It was on time. Yeah. If there are no passengers, it doesn't wait. Hallelujah. It comes to Nairobi and the seat is booked. Nobody sits in it.
Yeah.
Today we fill the seats. Even then brings cassava and everything on the seat in the absence of passengers. We came here to witness the Kenyan one. I was young, 7 years.
Yeah.
Nairobi was the smartest town in East Africa.
That's correct.
Plus Nakuru.
Because Uganda was 62 and
yes.
Kenya was
I came here,
62.
I saw independence. And we went back. For how much? It was only 12 shillings. Return ticket. These are the things that people have not seen. They were values. The values have disappeared. We tie trousers here as if this was, God created this waist to tie a trouser here. Why do you tie in the here?
It's called sagging.
I'm happy that all my children tied all of them, the three boys and the 5 girls, listen, have tied their clothes nicely.
Yeah.
Because if I find you have not tied properly, you will call me when I'm walking. You said, hello, tell that man I don't know him.
So here we are, because we only have about 10 minutes or so. Here we are at a place where we have a value system that is broken.
It's broken.
We have got, like you say, songs being sung that are not really, they don't bring out the message the way they should. And the African never used to be a guy who would say things very directly.
No.
He would give you a parable and you would figure it out.
Yes.
And even when, like I was saying, trying to allude earlier, even when they sang about love, they would not be vulgar.
No.
About it.
And that's what Mutua was trying to prevent here.
Yeah, the way we are seeing.
No, Mutua wanted to tell you, Dr. Ezekiel Mutua.
Yes.
We the media, also the media has played a very negative role in promoting some of these vices. Some places in London, a media will not play such. A media will not play such a song. They will tell you off. Please, this infringes the rights of the person mentioned. Remove the name, then we shall put it on.
Yeah.
But things have changed. Things have changed. There is a problem here, and I've been telling you here, you are seated in that seat, we are always here. As long as Africa has no social contract, we are doomed. We go to China to borrow the money. Chinese have a contract, social. They eat once in a day. We eat 4 times. 4. And you even want to beat your wife because of food. Chinese don't fight. They eat once in the morning, takes tea. They have food which they eat in communion, noodles. That's why you see us fighting, even them when they are here, because they don't want, after work they go back to read about the Communist Party. They are here, but they know what is happening in the Communist Party cells. The cell system. Isn't China lending us money today?
It is.
30 years ago, China was the poorest. It had one rice scheme in Kampala called Kibimba Rice Scheme. Today, China is lending us money because they have a social contract. Here, we don't have a social contract. How many people have been released on bail? Yes. Listen, on bail. If you go to check whether they are abiding to the bail conditions, hallelujah, hallelujah. You can even run away and cry and pray for Africa. Some are already in Dubai. Yet he's supposed to be signing at the police station, CPS. Hello? Social contract, pop, is gone. This beginning programs of this.
So social contracts
Look,
would for the layman watching you, what would that mean exactly?
Is for a man not to touch the pensioner's money. Clerks keep the checks of a pensioner who is in Meru. And when he calls you, where is my check? This president has directed, give the pensioners their money. When they call you, you tell the money from Meru to come for this check in Nairobi.
So basically what you're saying is to just uphold a value system. Where we say,
exactly.
Where what you mean, what you say
institutions.
We
must build the institutions of discipline. We must build institutions. We must make democracy work. Kenya has vibrant democracy. It is very good, but it must be built into institutions that you don't have people threatening others, you don't have people telling lies, you don't have people singing what they can. Someone would already know that don't mention Conness. It will be very bad. They will take me down. We'll keep quiet. We don't have institutions that reinforce whatever we have.
Yeah, so
Kenya faces, like an African country, faces structural challenges.
yeah. And where do we sort out those structural challenges from? I mean, when we ask ourselves, because we talk about this in our homes, in the bars, in the hotels.
How many
wherever,
times
in
have
the
I told
churches,
you?
Where tutaanza wapi? Who?
Even, you know,
Where?
I was on this show.
Yes.
I've been on this show for 4 years, 3 years with you. I told you one day that when you go, when things have collapsed, today we drink with our preachers up to morning, 6 o'clock in a club, then we leave there to go and preach. So what values are you going to teach me? What? We have a problem here. And let's accept that morality has gone not only in Kenya, it is worse in Uganda. It is worse elsewhere. The only disciplined country, even when they have no essential commodities, is Zimbabwe. Robots are respected. Traffic lights in Zimbabwe is respected. Even when that light that came from South Africa, expensive, the man will wait until the green light gives him where to go. Yeah. In Kenya here, where? Where here? Where's Simama Apple? Simama, no, you stand around the traffic light.
Yeah, everyone will hoot at you.
No, they will even come, someone will walk out of his car to knock on your window to say, my friend, you said, but it is green, it's red, please. He said, what do you mean? In fact, if you are lucky, you are not lucky, you go with slaps. This is the truth. But go to Zimbabwe. I've been there last 2 weeks. I was in Zimbabwe. People are disciplined by God.
Yeah, so
we have got to Rwanda.
As we close, Daktari, where do we start?
We must begin by returning.
Who bears responsibility?
Returning the river.
Yeah, whose responsibility
Returning the river. It is we parents. It is we people. It is we the citizens. The citizens to think about the values of our countries. Where are we going? Why do we fight over elections? Yet in Britain, they have gone back to work. They have a new prime minister.
Yeah, we've even forgotten about it, yeah.
They have forgotten that Boris, they look at him, we go to the train like this one, look at this one. That is what stabilizes a country. But here, when you hear the date of an election, you start sharpening some weapon. I am happy that His Excellency the President has done a selection of BBI. You see, you Kenyans like this word expert. Yeah, man. Expert. This expert, what is
we like
it?
experts.
For me, I'm not an expert.
No, that's why I called you today.
No, I am not. I am. There's no expertise. Expertism where? Where? To what? Wisdom is more important than expert. To be an expert. True. On what? Look at the expert. They wrote a constitution. They left gaps yawning. Now we are here running to fill it. The biggest thing, and I want to say it here, so that my fellow Africans understand.
Yeah, and say that as the final thoughts.
Kenya does not have a bigger problem which is bigger beyond other African countries. Kenya's problem is one. And I want to add my voice and get a pen and write this date. That if you don't fix your elections, if you don't fix your methodology, the mechanisms, don't forget, don't talk to me about removing the commissioners. The whole concept must change somehow. Must change so that you go to an election is pitting ambition against ambition. That's democracy. If you mobilize your party and then you have more seats, you are home and dry. That is democracy.
And if you lose, you lose
And
gracefully.
you are still gracefully home and dry. You are not forgotten. That's the politics that Kenyatta is talking about. If we do that, if we mold our party, look at South Africa. Because the parties in South Africa are molded. They have ideology. In ANC, you can bring even an object to stand there and name it ANC. People will say, that's ANC, it has an ideology. They will vote. They will not fight. South Africans had an election. They didn't go to the streets to fight. After ANC won, everybody went to their respective roles. Fast check.
I hear you.
Work on the election. I hope the BBI, the new team, the team, whatever team, I just want a redemption strategy. Brothers, sisters, wherever you are, is a redemption strategy. Healing is more important. Reconciliation, restitution, reparations, accountability. You see, those are the factors of what we call a redemption strategy.
Yes.
Because when you talk about BBI, people fix on individuals. Let's talk about what is it that President Kenyatta is trying to achieve. He's trying to achieve unity through those pillars of accountability, restitution, reconciliation, forgiveness, and above all, truth. What does it deliver you? Healing. That's it.
I hear you, Dr.
Have you ever stepped on somebody in a bus, in a matatu when you are climbing by mistake?
Absolutely.
Have you seen the face he uses to look at you?
I have seen.
Look at me. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We're glad you came, Daktari.
Thank you very
always
much.
a pleasure.
Thank you. I hope I've made some historical.
The people will give us feedback.
Yes, they will.
Yeah.
I'm happy for criticism though, because today I've not talked about anything wrong. I am
You have kept off the social media wars.
No, there is no. Social media is.
social
you
media.
notice that I'm the only man whose social media account has never been closed since then. Because I don't insult people, but the people insult me every day.
I see that.
They call me even big names. You have seen the type of names.
Seen.
So when my children, these 8 children, look at the social media, some of them have said, Daddy, what are you doing there? What is it that you want? But I said, no, I'm doing, at least I'm leaving a mark. The sense of patriotism and the courage.
Yeah.
Courage. To have courage to go and stand. Don't waffle.
Yeah. Wangari Maathai said, be a hummingbird.
Yes. Don't waffle.
Be a hummingbird.
When 209, I conquered. Today I am happy that there is a report somewhere in the European capital vindicating this gentleman. I can even walk into that capital with my head high.
I hear you.
Because I told them, you were
I
liars.
hear you. Good for you.
Thank you.
We're going to end on that note. Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Have a nice one.
And a Happy New Year.
Yes.
2020. We look forward to big things in 2020.
Yes, keep it up. By the way, the TV is now liked. My village, they are watching.
They're watching.
Yeah, right now.
To all Matsanga's villagers, good night and God bless you. And Merry Christmas.
Thank
you. That's a spotlight tonight.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
All right.
God bless.
God